We're here in Stanley Park in Blackpool. I'm with Charlene Downes, the mother of Charlene Downes, the murdered Muslim grooming victim. Karen, first of all, a little bit about the memorial bench here in the park. What's it doing here?
Well, we actually had a memorial service for Charlene in 2008, and in 2009 we had this bench dedicated in her memory. And the reason we chose Stanley Park is because it was one of Charlene's favourite places. It was a place where she used to come down with her dad, have an ice cream with her brothers and sisters and feed the ducks. She loved it down here, and it's a beautiful spot. That's why we chose Stanley Park, and that's why the bench is here in her memory. As I've no body or no clothes, the nearest I can do is have a bench in her memory. I've no body to grieve for, so the best I can do is come down here on her anniversary, on the 1st of November, her birthday, Christmas, Easter, and in the summer, you know, to bring her flowers and to sit and think about her and to have some quiet reflection.
Well, can we talk about the whole circumstances of, you know, how this terrible thing came to pass?
Somebody said they'd seen her on a train. Then I started getting these awful people saying they'd seen her dead on railway tracks and things like that. I absolutely devastated. I started to cry. Somebody bought me a bunch of flowers saying, we've seen your daughter dead. I said, just get away from me, just go. I sent them away from the door. Just horrible people saying things. Because at first the police were holding back. I don't know what was wrong with them, but they wouldn't put it in the paper for some reason. In 2006, there was superintendent on at the case at the time, Superintendent Paul Boschini, came to, well, he sent these officers round it was a Friday afternoon, I'll never forget it. He knocked on the door and I let them in and they said, hello, come in. Have you had some news? And they said, Mr. Boschini wants to see you on Tuesday at 11 o'clock, the following Tuesday. I said, okay. He said, we've had some significant development. I said, have you found her? First thing I said, have you found her? They said, we can't tell you that. Mr. Boschini needs to speak to you. And of course, that was it. Left me all weekend wondering what was going on. Tuesday morning came, they picked us up, took us down there, and he sat us down. And there was me, my mum, and my husband at the time. They sat us down and he said, I've got you down here. He said, I've got some news, terrible news for you. I said, what news? He gave us a brew. I'll never forget it. I was drinking a cup of coffee at the time. He said, we believe Charlene's been murdered. I literally dropped the hot coffee into my lap. I went, what? Murdered? What do you mean murdered? Where is she? Where's her body? Where is she? If she's been murdered, where is she? Why have you not told me? I literally dropped my coffee into my lap. And I didn't even, it was scalding hot and I didn't even feel it. You know what I mean? And he said, we're 99.9% certain that she's been murdered. They said,
that's actually his words.
99.9%. Yeah, they were his words. That night, 8:45 that night, the superintendent came round to tell us that they'd charged these two individuals, one with murder and one with disposing of her body. Charlene's body has been cut up into kebabs. Well, I tell you what, I just like, what?
So
what?
The police had told the press that before they told you?
Yeah.
What in your mind what's required for justice? What would justice be? What do you want?
Well, obviously, I'd like the defendants to face trial for what they've done. I'd like them locked up for what they've done. I don't think they deserve to be walking around. I don't think they deserve to be on this earth, but perhaps I'm out of all wrong saying that, but that's the way I feel. I think it should be a life for a life. If I had my way, I'd bring capital punishment. That if I could, I can't, but if I could, I would.
In the meantime,
yes,
until that happens, the shop's still there.
Yes.
Now, I heard that there was another case involving at least one of the defendants, where again he was grooming and drinking drugs to young girls.
Yeah.
But he walked free from that case.
Yeah, he walked free. He's walked free from that case. He's headbutted girls. He's walked free from a couple of rape charges as well since then. He always seems to walk free. I don't know why, but he does.
And they made a point of saying, the shop has now changed hands. It's changed its name several times.
It might have changed its hands, but he's still got connections. He's actually been seen still skulking in that shop. And he's actually been, we've heard whispers from friends saying that his uncle actually owns that shop as well. It's called Mario's now, by the way. It used to be Mr. Bean's, it's now Mario's. Saying that his uncle actually has connections with that shop and owns that shop. So we still believe, I've always believed he still had connections, because who in their right mind would have bought that place off him? Yeah. Who in their right mind would touch that place unless he's related or something to him? That's such a bad reputation. That's how I see it.